Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But I'm break.
Yeah, man. We live, man. It's me, Mr. Beans. It's Parlay with us, man. We giving it to you guys another Sunday. Live in effect, man. It's the regular sports guys hosted by Team Parlay with us, man. You got me, Mr. Beans here. Stony Cook should be chiming in any moment. You know, Hustle Stacks and Shondo. Shout out to them. Yo, shout out to everybody in the live. If you're in the live, please come through, man. If you're waiting for us to get it started, we're trying to get it started. Please get in here, man. I see another Lost Souls in here. What up, another Lost Soul? Let me see another Lost Soul, 6810. He had some comments, man, and you know, I'm gonna start it off because Cook ain't here yet. So I gotta start it off for the team, man. It's a late night joint. We got some live games that happened this weekend, man. We got some popping games this weekend, man. The Bills fell to the Broncos in an exciting game. That was a crazy ass game. You got that game today, the Houston Texans against the Patriots, man. My Patriots pulled it off. The Pats pulled it off. Yo, it was a heartfelt defensive game. They were going back and forth. Not a lot of offense, a lot of fumbles and interceptions. That was a good game. But yeah, man, that game yesterday, man, I'm gonna start it off with that Bills Broncos game, man. That was a good game. Good game to watch, man. Real quick, the Bills end up losing 30-33. The Broncos pulled it off at the end. And, you know, there was some not drama, but there was some breaking news at the end of the game, man, about quarterback Bo Nix for the Broncos, man. Yo, that was unlucky for that to happen at that moment when the game's about to be done, and he ended up with a broken ankle. But that was a great game, man. Let me see what another Lost Soul, man. We're going to keep it going. Let's see what another Lost Soul. I'm going to have to rock this joint by myself today, man, it looks like. Let's see what another Lost Soul say. He said, hi, y'all. CJ Stroud. Yeah, I like the stats on that. Drake May, 17 for 27, 179, 3 TDs, 1 INT. He had like 2 fumbles, 5 sacks for 36 yards. Yeah, man, Drake May didn't have a perfect game, man. His game wasn't on par today. I don't know if it was the weather, his first time playing in the weather like this in New England, you know, as far as this late in the season. I don't know if that was a factor. But yeah, man, Drake May was kind of like, you know, his offense wasn't really there today. But he did enough to win the game. Ramondre Stevens came through in the second half of the game. He had an eye issue. He came through in the second half and kind of solidified by running the ball because they was coming at us, man. It was looking kind of scary for a second. That Texans defense, man, that kid Hunter, man, that dude was coming at Drake, man. They were all coming at him, but that dude Hunter had a motor for your ass, man. Like, so yeah, man, it was good to see the Patriots stay poised. Defensively, they held us down. Offensively, they didn't make. I wouldn't say they didn't make any mistakes. They made mistakes, but they kind of like it didn't hurt us. The defense made sure the mistakes didn't hurt. So yeah, man, that was a good one. But man, let's talk about that. Hold on, let me see what another Lost Soul. Sorry guys, but let's see what another Lost Soul, man. And if you're in here, man, and then live, man, please shout us out, man. Give us a like, a thumbs up. You know, give me a comment. Tell me where you're from, man, and shout out where you're from, and let's get this cracking. How you feel about this NFL divisional playoff weekend? Yeah, Giants got the new head coach, John Harbaugh. 5-year deal, The Packers and the coach Matt LaFleur multi-year contract extension. I kind of knew that. And the Falcons hiring former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, however you pronounce his name, Stefanski, whatever. Uh, um, how could the Falcons hire a coach who just failed? I don't know, they might say there's more reasons for him failing and why he failed, but how the hell the Falcons going to pick up a coach like that through Stefanski and expect to put out a good, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to hate on the coach, but he didn't do too good in Cleveland. I don't know why would that coach, but that ownership in Atlanta even go that route right now with this dude, but it's neither here nor there. That's their decision. I bet you someone made a comment to me. I bet you Kirk Cousins will be starting going forward. That might be true. That definitely might be true, man. I don't like what Atlanta did. Atlanta should have they should have went a different route than that type of coach. Steelers have Mike McCarthy. Steelers are now scheduled to interview this week with Super Bowl winning coach Mike McCarthy. Nah, don't bring in that. No, Mike McCarthy. I remember him. That's Green Bay's old coach, right? And I think, where did McCarthy go and fail? McCarthy went to Dallas and failed? Nah, man. Steelers, you shouldn't do that. If anything, if I was the Steelers, I would look to put like what's this kid's name, man? Flores, man. I would look to put Flores in there, defensive coach out of Minnesota, defensive coordinators. Um, I forget the brother's first name, but Flores. I would go with Flores before I go that route, man, with Mike McCarthy, man. Um, I don't know. They got it. The Steelers got to stay. As far as coaching is concerned with the Steelers, and they always did it. They only had 3 coaches, and when they got those coaches, they were young. They need to do the same thing. Stick to a young youth, get them in there, have them in there for 10, 15, 20 years, and hopefully your guys could pull championships within that time. Steelers go with an old coach like McCarthy. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, man. So, sure, listen. There's going to be a good shakeup going on, man, and in the NFL, man, with the coaching thing going on. There's going to be a shakeup going on. There's a lot of jobs, man. Who's to know what's going to happen with the Buffalo situation? What happened with Buffalo yesterday? Who knows, man? It's going to be a what you call it, man. An interesting off season with all these coaching vacancies. And yo, another lost soul. If you're listening, is Cincinnati? Did they let go their coach Cincinnati? Let me know that, because I think that's another that's another situation. That's why yo, thanks for giving me that stat. Another loss. So that's why you don't see Stoney in here right now, because this dude want to watch the game down to the friggin' wire. Like, we don't have a show to put on, but I'm gonna put the show on by myself. It's no big deal. That's what it is, man. Next man's up, like how we do it in here in Patriots Nation. This dude want a lollygag, and these guys, I got 2 people calling out on me right now on the show, but that's okay, man. This is a one-man show right now. I'm doing it. Whatever it is, man, and we're gonna get it done. And if you guys want to chime in and make this show easy for me today, dog, because the more I have people coming in the chat and hollering and telling me where they from and giving me them thumbs ups and shit, the more it is. Patriots took care of business on the Texans today, 28-16. And we got that Rams Bears going on right now. It looks like it's going into overtime. 17-17. There's more to come on that. Seattle put the mollywop. They put the mollywop on the 49ers yesterday up there in Seattle. That was a rocking crowd, man. That shit was crazy up there in Seattle. And 49ers was just like all beat up. Um, and they were hitting hard on both sides. McCaffrey was taking some hits, man. Ooh wee, that was a good game yesterday. Let me see what little stats on that game look like yesterday. Let's see. I don't even need. Where am I getting that for? No, I don't need the highlights. I need the stats on the game. So yesterday's game stats look like this. Let's see. Let's see what the box score. Purdy was 15 for 20, 15 for 27, 140 yards. No TDs, one INT. That goes to show you how that game went down yesterday. That game was a tough game, man. McCaffrey was rushing. He was 11 for 35 yards, a 3.2 average, no TDs. Yeah. They try to get him going. Man, yeah, these guys, Jennings was trying to get going. They didn't really, listen. San Fran got beat up yesterday. And I don't know if it was the what you call it, the injuries that did them in. But San Fran got did in yesterday, man. Darnold on the other side, and the Seattle side, was 12 for 17, 124, 1 TD. So it was an average game, but it must have been all defense. Walker had 19 carries for 116. No, Walker had 3 TDs. Walker was getting it in. Kenneth Walker was getting it in yesterday. Shaheed was doing his thing. Cooper Kupp had 5 receptions for 60 yards. Kenneth Walker was catching the ball out the backfield, and Jackson Smith and Jigma, 3 catches for 19 with 1 TD. He opened it up, man. He started that game hot, and that made them push through. So Seattle did their thing yesterday, man. We got to be, teams. I didn't see Seattle coming, but they got that defense right now that's playing quick and fast. They got some good people, good talent on that team. I like what Seattle's bringing defensively. It looks like the Super Bowl might end up being one of them old school Super Bowls from way back in the 90s and late 80s and 90s, where some of these games, these Super Bowls, was defensive games and the scoring was low. Because if you get a team like how Patriots is playing, if they get past this situation with the Broncos, and even if the Broncos get past the Patriots, that's a defensive squad right there too. And then you got the Bears and you got Seattle, some defensive teams, man. And the Rams play good defense. So this Super Bowl might be a low scoring defensive style type of Super Bowl. I know people might think that's boring. They want to see scores, but the way it look out, man, these teams the teams that's left are playing great defense. All of the teams. So, it's to be seen what that Super Bowl gonna look like. And I hope my Patriots. Shout out to the Patriots for doing their thing today. The Patriots is gliding, guys. I don't care what nobody say. The Patriots is gliding. I don't want to jinx them, but they look like they caught fire, man. They got that genie in the bottle type of thing going on right now. I feel something on my neck, man, like a tag or something on this sweater. The sweater's pretty brand new. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting this Super Bowl, man. It's up for grabs for anybody in this Super Bowl this year, man. No Pat Mahomes, no Josh Allen. Not to say that he was there, he haven't made it. He could have got it this year. I know he's fucking hurting right now, knowing that he doesn't have that opportunity. No Jalen Hurts. You name it, man. The big wigs of the that's been out there in the past few years competing for the Super Bowl, they're not in it right now. So you got the first type teams when the Patriots and the Bears contending to get into that bowl this year, and that's a good thing, man. I like what I've seen. Even the Texans, even though they lost, nobody saw the Texans getting this, squeaking down this far to contend. You know what I mean, for the Super Bowl. So shout out to the Texans and shout out to the Broncos too. Remember, the Broncos came from you know in a horrible situation in the past few years, now to be contending for a Super Bowl. Um, you know that's the thing, man. Shout out to the Broncos, even though they lost their quarterback, Bo Nix. Bo Nix is out. They're gonna go with Stidham, and Stidham, former New England Patriots player. He was a quarterback for us. I think he got a little bit of run in that time when we was moving on from Brady, but he was there when Brady's last year or something like that. So we know Stidham. I think we know what we're gonna get out of Stidham. So that Patriots Broncos game is going to be another interesting game. Patriots play good on the road. They know what it is when they go on the road. So let's see what happens, man. And right now we got these Bears and these Rams fighting it out for this last spot, man, into the NFC Championship. So, it's going to be interesting. That's all I got to keep saying. It's going to be interesting. Let me give you a little bit breakdown on what the Patriots did today. Um, where we at? Where we at? Box. Let me go. CJ Stroud, man. He looked. I mean, come on, people. Tell me what y'all think, man. CJ Stroud today. I don't know if he was overwhelmed by the speed of the Patriots defense. I don't know if he was overwhelmed by the weather. The weather was nasty. I'll tell y'all that, man. The weather was nasty. That mixed rain, freezing rain, snow, shit mix, then turns into snow, then back to rain, and it's cold. That's not a good atmosphere to play in. For us, is we know it. We welcome it, especially when teams that play in domes come out here to try to battle in these type of conditions. Us as Patriots fans, we love that. Stroud was 20 for 47. Look how many times that they didn't have no running game. When they did bring out a running game in the third quarter, and then they went against it again. But Stroud had 20 for 47, 212, one TD, four INTs, man. And he was sacked 3 times for 19 yards. The rookie Woody Marks had 14 carries for 17 yards. That's nothing. Chubbs, 4 carries, 14 yards, nothing. That goes to show you, man, like that running game should have been part of the plan. They didn't have a good running game going. On the other flip side, Drake May was 16 for 27, 179, 3 TDs, 1 INT. He did fumble the ball a few times. And he had 5 sacks for 36 yards. So Drake May had a subpar game too. Ramondre Stevenson on the low, 16 carries for 70 yards, guys. That was not bad. And Travion Henderson had 12 carries for 25 yards. He got kind of nicked up. Shout out to Kayshon Boutte. That play, that catch by Boutte, guys. If y'all watch that, Boutte caught a ball in the end zone, one hand, snatched it in, rolled on it, touchdown. That shit was sweet. I always said that kid was gonna have a breakout season for some reason. He's an LSU product. Usually, them receivers that come out of LSU are good, man. And shout out to Kayshon Boutte today for being, that guy today. Stephon Diggs, he was a guy today. He's an emotional guy because he brings that emotion to the team. He said hold on, another also. Hold on. He said, question, do we need to be worried about Drake Mays turning the ball over the last 2 weeks? Yeah, I mean, I think today a little bit about that another loss. So Drake May turning the ball over today had a little bit to do with I would say the weather And the speed of the defense was aggravating him too. Usually, he get that extra 1 or 2 seconds to make that decision how to let the ball loose, how he's going to go about it. And today he didn't have that extra 1 or 2 seconds. So because the defense was coming, they were coming quick, man. Like I said, that kid Hunter was beasting. So a couple of those fumbles, especially with the crowded offensive backfield, when I hate to say it, tell me what you think about this, another lost soul. Do we need to think about a left tackle or whatever they call that position? Because that dude, Will Campbell, yo, I'm gonna say it right here, man. And I'm too bad, I don't know where fucking Stacks is, man. These dudes be going to bed too early. I don't know what it is. But what the fuck? What's up with the Will Campbell thing? Campbell, whatever his name is, the soup type dude. He's playing like soup right now, man. Like real watery. Like, what the fuck is that about? This dude is letting. It seems like every time that Drake May was getting put on his ass was coming off that left side. They might need to rethink that situation with that left guard and bring him inside and draft the guy, or even not even draft because he was drafted. Maybe go get a guy, a solid guy, a veteran guy on the offseason that's looking to make a move and make some money. And we need to bring in that guy and move Campbell inside. Because I'm telling you, that outside shit with him is not working out. It's not fucking working out. And that's why Drake May was on his ass a few times today. And that's why probably some of the fumbles was happening. The dude, he needs that blindside protection, right? Vrabel said something. He said something very telling during the halftime break. He said we need to protect the quarterback, and the quarterback needs to protect the ball. That was a dig at the offensive line, especially on the left side. And that's the reason why he's getting the ball knocked out. So think about that one. Yeah, speed pass rush is a thing. That's why I said the speed of the defense, another loss. So the speed of the defense was what was kind of like, I think that threw Drake May off today. And they kind of knew that coming into this game that Houston's pass defense and they front four ain't nothing to play with. The speed on the front four and the coverage of the pass defense and the aggressiveness of that defense, they knew that was coming. It's just that, like I said, that extra second that Drake May needed to get that ball out in them situations, he didn't have that today. And that was due to lack of solid protection coming from the left. I could be wrong, but when I was watching it, I think I was right. You know what I mean? Just to take that for what that is. I could be wrong about that left side of the offensive line, but watching it from home on the screen or whatever, I could be right. That kid, Will Campbell, something about him, man. And maybe they right. Maybe the short arms is a thing, man, to keep those guys at bay. He don't have that length to kind of like hold those guys back when they're coming up at him on that bull rush. He just couldn't handle that speed. We need to do something about that going forward, and especially for next week's game. Demario Douglas, man, 2 catches, 36 yards and a TD. Shout out to him. Everybody kind of like, except for Kyle Williams, he didn't get nothing today. But everybody on the Patriots offensive side of the ball kind of did their thing today. They stayed within the game. Nobody head was outside of the game. Like I said, shout out to Stephon Diggs. He keeps players mentally charged up about the game. And I think that's a good thing, especially to have that type of atmosphere on the team. Sometimes it looks like it's a little bit too much, but it's working. Because if I wouldn't even call it antics, if his his emotions after the play or during the play is not presented. It's infectious to the team. It makes the team gets hyped, hypes up all the rest of the guys and get them motivated to go out there and make big plays. So yeah, man, yo, shout out to them, man, for doing their thing too. You know what I mean? Shout out for them, man. I like that. Let me see. What else we got going on, man? Let me take a look at the score on this game, man. Since we talking about this Patriots, this divisional weekend games, man, and I want to stay on top of things because I don't know where my teammates is right now. But wow, that Bears, man, that Bears Rams, man, that shit's still tied up for 5 minutes to go in OT, maybe a little less because I'm getting it at the back end. You know, yeah, man. That's a good game going on right there. I kind of was like, seen enough defensive games today, so I was kind of like, oh, in and out of it. I was watching the game a little bit. I like Caleb Williams and what he's bringing to the game, but you could tell he still needs to. Same thing with May. I mean, even I don't want to outstretch it and make it seem like Drake May is so matured in the game as far as a quarterback, better than how Caleb Williams is. It just seems like sometimes Caleb Williams makes obvious rookie mistakes what he shouldn't be making right now because he's second year in, and sometimes those throws, some of them throws he be making, it's questionable. I think with Drake May, when he makes some of them throws where he gets into trouble, I wouldn't say he's forcing the ball, but he's trying to make a play and a dynamic play. And it'd be right there most of the time. The ball, I say maybe 90 something percent of the time, the ball's in the vicinity when Drake May's trying to get it in a tight window. And sometimes it hurts him. What else we got going on, man? It was a good divisional round. We like what we see for the matchup for next week. Patriots Broncos at 3:00 out of Denver. Jason Stidham will be the quarterback for the Broncos. I know the Broncos kind of got beat up in that game yesterday themselves. They got some injuries. I don't know what the big injuries are. I don't know the injuries report, but and then the Patriots got a couple of nicked up guys too. So next week's game, man, is going to be a very interesting game and a good game next week. Between the Patriots and the Broncos. I like the Patriots, man. I think the road or the road or the avenue to the Super Bowl is kind of in their favor. They got past the obstacle today. I didn't want them to see Josh Allen, and and the Broncos took care of that situation because I know if we would have probably had to see them in the conference finals, I don't know, bro. And not saying that I'm scared of the Bills. It's just Allen. He gets the best of us right now. He I think that's the kryptonite to the Patriots. But everybody's out the way. So, the Patriots got this is this sneak into that window where, as far as the AFC team, man, they got it. There's no Pat, there's no Lamar, there's no Aaron Rodgers. You just think about all the big dogs, man. There's no, on the NFC side, there's no Jalen Hurts. There's no none of that shit out there. No Lions team, no that team. Even though, some people are not sold on Sam Darnold in Seattle, and they don't know what I think most people might think the Rams might be the best favorite to be in the Super Bowl, and be a rematch against the Patriots. That'd be crazy, right? Rams and Patriots again. I think that would be their third time seeing each other in the Super Bowl. That shit's crazy. That would be a nice one. If you think about it, what's this kid's name? You got both quarterbacks vying for to be the MVP, and what's this dude's name? Rams took it, man. Woo, Matthew Stafford. Rams took it on a field goal. It looks like final in the OT. Rams took it 20-17. Yeah, Matthew Stafford and Drake May, two of the contenders for the MVP as far as quarterbacks is concerned. Man, that shit'll be crazy.
Stafford.
Man, you late to the game. I done took care of the show.
Yeah, man. I just finished watching the ill game, man. This game, come on, man. Like, yo, listen, everybody's watching, dog. You know what I mean? You got overtime, Chicago, Rams. Yeah, like you understand that Chicago fans they don't want to hear nothing. They just trying to watch this game. Yo, this game
You're not a
was crazy.
Chicago fan, though. You're not a Chicago
I'm
fan.
not. I'm not. But the
You're
watchers
late.
are.
You should have been. I'm gonna put it out there. You should have been here, dog. I've been on the show by myself, 30 minutes. You should have been here.
Bro.
Fuck that Chicago. Fuck that Chicago shit.
Yeah,
our team took care of business already. Why were you even worrying about what Chicago gonna do? Our team took care of business.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
son. I'm a fanatic, son. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, man, but it is what it is. But the show must go on, and that's why I had to do my thing.
No doubt. But
the show
everybody's
must go
watching
on.
This game. This is overtime.
Hey, people actually look. People,
overtime. Divisional.
Welcome, Stoney. Welcome, Stoney. Like, welcome to the show.
No doubt. Yo, I'm a fanatic. I'm watching overtime game in the divisional.
At least you jumped in. Stacks, I don't know what's going on with Stacks.
Stacks hugging that pillow right now, man.
Stacks is sleeping. He's hugging the pillow.
That pillow, man.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. Oh, I can't do that. But I understand Stacks.
Stacks ain't up past 10, man.
Stacks got to be up at 4 a.m, so I get it to him. I'll let him slide with that.
Yo, the thing is, right? I gotta watch these games so I can analyze it, because what if we play the Rams in the Super Bowl? You know,
I was just talking about that, but I was just mentioning that, and I was saying this will be the third time that we meet in the Super Bowl. In this,
it's gonna be Seattle and the Patriots, man. That's what it's gonna be. Seattle is gonna beat the Rams, and we're gonna beat the Broncos. It's gonna be Seattle. It's gonna be Seattle and the Patriots, man. Super Bowl rematch.
That sounds good. The road's easy for us to get to the bowl right now, right? Everybody,
it's easy, but we have to be easy. It's easy, but we have to be easy. And I trust Vrabel to get these guys on a mentality like as if we're playing Bo Nix. Like, we're not playing Bo Nix right now, but we're gonna have that same mentality as if we're playing him, as if we're playing Bo Nix.
Right, that's cool, but what I mean is that there's some issues that the Patriots need to clean up if you wasn't watching. And like I was talking and explaining, I was explaining to the subscribers and the people out there in the YouTube and Facebook and Twitch world. Shout out to all of y'all for coming in. Well, like I was explaining to the people out there in the streaming world that the left side of our offensive line is a problem. And Will Campbell is a problem. If we don't fix that problem with that left side, with Will Campbell, and they're going to need to address that next season, that might be a problem next week. We got to address the situation with the speed rush on the left side with Will Campbell. He caused Drake May to have at least three sacks today, and those 2 fumbles. So there's some cleanups, and Drake May needs to have a better eyes behind his back. And it sucks that he has to have eyes behind his back because his left side should be protected. But that's what the ball got stripped. It was coming from the left both times. And I think that's the problem that the Patriots having, especially with the Broncos defense that plays very fast, the same way as the Texans defense play. They play very quick, very fast, have a good front four and a good defensive backfield. So yes, Stidham, we could beat Stidham. I understand that. Offensively, we could take care of business. And I'm thought defensively, we could take care of business and hold down Stidham and beat Stidham. But we need to do our part to get there. We can't slip and think that, just because Stidham's not there, we got this game in the bag. Nah, we have to be.
And Vrabel is gonna have these guys ready. Vrabel is not that type of coach that would have this team thinking differently. I feel like Vrabel is gonna have this team ready for this game. And like I said, Vrabel is gonna have this team ready as if it was Bo Nix they playing. It's gonna be the same game plan because think about it, right? So Patriots move on, and Bo Nix don't get hurt. Whatever that game plan was for them, because they already had that game plan already, even before this game against Houston. They already headed the game.
They were preparing for.
Yeah,
for
they headed the game already. They already had the they got the playbook for the Broncos. They had the playbook
for the Bills.
If it was the Bills, they have the playbook for these guys already.
But I'm glad it's not the Bills. I'm telling you right now, if it was the Bills, we was losing.
No. I wouldn't go that far. No,
I'm trying to.
No.
I wouldn't say losing
I wouldn't
like
go
that.
that far.
I wouldn't say losing like that, but
I would say it would be tight.
Josh Allen would have been a tough out, bro. So he would have been a tough out, but I felt like he would have been a tough out, but it would have been like a game like today. It would have been like, of course. I wouldn't say we would have got mollywopped. I'm saying it would have been a tough out. For some reason, at the end of games with us and Josh Allen, we do not know how to cap that off. And I think that's a problem. Yes, we won a game against them this season, but that's just the issue. So I said the road to the Super Bowl for the Patriots is kind of opened up wide because all the obstacles that were there that could have been there are gone. The major obstacles are gone. You know what I mean? You don't have no Pat. You don't have no Lamar. You don't got no Allen. You don't got no Burrow. You don't got none of these guys who are the major quarterbacks. You don't got no Jalen Hurts. You don't got none of that shit going on. You don't got no Jared Goff. So the only thing that you might have to match up with might be a Stafford or a Donald. And I think if it is a Stafford, it's going to be very competitive with both teams. I don't care if it's Seattle
we match up. Listen, we match up well with both of those teams. I feel like the next game in Denver is going to be unique in its own right. I think it's we're in Denver. We haven't won in Denver in the playoffs. We have not won a playoff game in Denver.
That's what I said.
We're going up against a quarterback that we have not faced this year. We have not faced him. Yeah, he's the backup, but we haven't faced him. We don't know his tendencies. We don't know his we don't know where his format is. So that could be a situation. But if we was to get past Denver, which we're gonna get past Denver. Fuck all that. We getting past Denver. We gonna beat Denver. It's a matter of how much we're gonna beat them, but we're gonna get past Denver. Whether we face the Rams or we face the Seahawks, it's gonna be the same type of monster. Both teams because they're identical. That's gonna be an interesting matchup to see the Rams go up against Seattle. That's gonna be an interesting matchup because they're the same.
They're the same. And they beat up on each other a lot. They beat up on each other.
They both got the same type of defensive situation. Their defenses are good. Their offenses are good. Think about it. The running back, Kyren Williams,
yep,
and Kenneth Walker.
Kenny Walker, exactly.
I think Charbonnet got hurt. Charbonnet may not be
Charbonnet got
playing.
hurt. I don't know how
Charbonnet got
serious
hurt.
it is, but Charbonnet got hurt
But
yesterday.
they're so evenly matched. They are such an evenly team, and no matter who we play, because we're gonna play either one of them. We're coming. Come on. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm gonna knock on, but come on, man. There's no way we're going to Denver. We are not losing to Denver. We are not losing to Denver. Trust me when I tell you, we're not gonna lose to Denver. But my whole thing is whether we pay the Rams or Seattle, it's the same. It's the same difference. It's not so. You can't look at those two teams and say who we would rather play because they both exactly the same, and we match up well against them. We
Right.
match up well against the Rams, and we match up well against the
I think.
Seahawks. So
I mean, and I think we will ball. We can ball with both teams, no doubt.
we'll ball with both teams. We will. We will. The thing is with that team is that they haven't faced a pass rush, a secondary unit, because our secondary is really good. Gonzalez, man, let me tell you, man, Gonzalez, yo, he is playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he
He is
balled
playing
out.
out of his
Carlton
mind.
Davis too. You got to shout out
He is
Carlton
playing out of
Davis
his
too.
mind.
Even though Carlton Davis got called for a couple of
But great,
pass interference.
but good. He got
Carlton Davis is balling.
Carlton Davis got look the pass interference he got called on. What good pass interference calls because it's like in basketball. It's equivalent to somebody's going for a layup and you foul them. They're gonna have to get that shit on the motherfucking free throw. Fuck that. You're gonna have to earn that on the free throw. I'm not letting you get those 2 points. And it was the same thing with him. I'm not letting you get that 7 points because if he doesn't hold the guy like the way he did, that's a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a touchdown. So
Mm-hmm.
he's like, all right, you guys are gonna have to get that on the free throw. Yeah, it was a pass interference, but as you can see, they didn't capitalize on it. They wasn't able to score, and it played a big part
I
with
like what
us.
I
So
see out of the Patriots defense, the way they play up front, the way they play in the back.
we're on some shit right now.
Remember,
Man.
like I said, having Spillane back was major. We needed that linebacker. But
Yes,
that
yeah.
offense, that Will Campbell boy, something about that dude.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. But you gotta understand,
That's not fine.
he's a rookie. He's
That's
a
2
rookie,
games.
right?
That's
Isn't
yeah,
he a
but
rookie?
that's 2 games though.
I know, but isn't he a rookie?
Yeah, he's a rookie, but maybe they
So
need to get him help. They need to get him help over there.
nah, he just needs to understand the technique. That's all it is. Look, what happens with these rookie offensive linemen, they have to learn the technique. They have to learn how to counter that pass rush. It's all technique. It's all the quickness in the
Yeah, that's
positioning
right now. The speed was
in the upper
speed.
body. He's gonna be fine.
Speed and upper body is what's killing him right now.
Right. No, and no, don't get me wrong. He's hurting in that department in certain plays, but okay, now we got past the number 1 defense in the league. Now we're gonna go play what the number 3, number 4. Denver's number 3, number 4, because Jacksonville put up like 30 plus points on them at home. So we're going up against a defense that is not as aggressive as the Houston Texans. We went up against a great defense and we put up 28 points on it. That I saw 28 points. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, it was a lot of turnovers. The
A
turnovers
lot.
played a key.
Yeah.
Which I said that this is the type of game it's gonna be because a lot of those points came from the turnovers. It wasn't so much
Yeah.
because May was having problems.
Yeah, he was having problems. He was having problems.
But you're going up against a great defense. Like, what do you know? It's
It,
expected. Like,
it was
what are you
the
gonna
speed.
do?
It was the speed of the defense that was aggravating May a little bit today. And I think he'll be better next week. You're right. I'm not saying
He's gonna be much better.
He'll be better next week because he's learning on the fly too. Not when I say learning on the fly, he's his 2nd year in. But once he watched the tape on those fumbles coming around the edge, first of all, they're gonna have a meeting with the offensive line, Will Campbell, and what they got to do. And then obviously they involve the quarterback in those offensive line meetings, and they're gonna watch those videos and see how those balls get. And that's not they got to avoid that coming off that wide edge and breaking in the pocket and the ball getting stripped. It had Denver. I mean, the Texans made the same play twice on them strip fumbles on Drake May. It was the same exact play. Speed rush from the left. They sent some stunt in the middle, so he's coming in the middle. He has to step up a little bit. Dude's coming, and next thing you know, he's not paying attention to the left. Swipe the ball got knocked out. It happened twice. They're gonna have to get better with that, protecting that left side. And once they do that, yes, yeah.
So look,
I see them in the Super Bowl. They keep protect that left side next week. Yeah, they're in the Super Bowl.
We're gonna be in there. So look, but on the downside of everything, what did the Houston Texans is when you have a quarterback that has 4 turnovers, you're not gonna win games.
No, you're not gonna win, you know. But it could have been the same for us too. We had 3.
Well, look, we had 3 exactly. So it was a turnover battle. But let me tell you something. Houston's there. Houston's knocking. They there. If they don't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times due to their quarterback, I ain't gonna lie to you. It would have been a different situation.
It would have been
a different situation. It would have been us trying to win it on the last minute field goal.
Exactly. Yep.
So
that's what I was afraid of. I said, I said it in the game. I said, listen, if Houston goes up, I wasn't when they went up. Was it 10-3? No, 10-7?
No, they went up 2017.
That's right.
I think. Is it? No, you're right. They went up 10-7.
It was 10-7. They went up 10-7. When they went up 10-7, and then we came back and we scored those points and whatever on, I think it was the I forgot whose touchdown it was, and we went up. And I said, okay, it was 21.
Well, it was a turnover. We had a turnover. And they scored.
Right.
They scored on that was the Steph Diggs touchdown.
That's a Steph Diggs touchdown. That's right. After that, and I said, okay, boom. I seen 21-10. I said, all right, we going in the right direction. But when they kicked that field goal, then I said, listen, and they were only down by 4 or whatever. I said, if these dudes go up, if they go up a touchdown on us, we got a problem. And we was lucky to hold them off. I'm telling you, we had Stroud's number today, and that was on the defense. The defense played a great game today. But if that team would have went up on us today, we would have been in problems. I'm just saying it. Not to saying that we couldn't have probably came down and scored and tied it up and went into overtime same way, but we would have had problems today if that team would have won the front.
We would have problems, but we did what we had to do as a team. We had to do as a unit. This is Vrabel unit. This is the Mike Vrabel unit. These plays are on some shit. And Vrabel, the type of conversation he has with these players is showing on the field. These guys are really balling the fuck out, and it's the refuse to lose mentality. And these guys are playing.
It's the
last possession.
What I get out of Vrabel, how he's coaching, and shout out to Vrabel for how he's coaching.
Shout out to Vrabel.
And what he's doing, he's coaching like a player. And that's what's resonating with the team. He's being a player's coach, the actual embodiment of a player's coach. When you see the coach doing, did you see when coach was doing hand, doing fives and doing hand gestures with the players and Diggs and them? When you see a coach communicating like that with his players and dapping them up and they throwing up their signs and shit, when you see a coach doing that, that's when you know he's a player's coach, bro. He's with
He's
the
been his players coach, man,
He's a
and
player's coach, and that's why they're playing the way they're playing. It's not playing in a, let's say, in a structured type of coaching design, like how Belichick and Gerard and everyone else structured. He's playing more of a, like, yes, it's structured. Everybody handles their business. The OC handles his business. They got the defensive coordinator handling his business, and yes, he's the head coach and he dabs in both, but he's the one who's motivating the team in its whole, in the entirety, not just the players, coaches, and everything. He's motivating everybody to make it seem, to not make it seem, but to let them know it's all of us. It's not just me. Don't you get what I mean? He's not saying the Vrabel's in front and y'all behind me. No, he's saying you guys are in front. I'm the one who's just in the back, just being the, you know, being the coach, you know what I mean? Being the motivator. And that's what's helping the Patriots right now from going from worst to first. Is that part, the motivation that the coach is doing. Shout out to Gerard. Maybe, he probably didn't have that kind of atmosphere going on, and that's why they didn't work.
he's a good coordinator. I think,
There you go. I'm just saying, he
I'll do
probably just
respect to
didn't have
Gerard.
that.
He's a good coordinator. And I think Gerard need to do what Flores is doing. Just
Yeah.
go somewhere and be the defensive coordinator
Yep.
and build your resume,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
and take it from there.
Yep.
And that's just what it is.
And I
Because
think Flores should have a job now too, because Flores proved, and I think he should be the. If anything, this talking about coaching, and I'm on before we lock off, because I'm gonna lock off soon. I'm giving it 4 minutes here. Talking about coaching moves, I think truthfully, um, um, I think Flores should be the coach down there in Pittsburgh going forward. I don't know who they interviewing and stuff like that.
I think he's good in Florida. I think he would be good in Pittsburgh. I
He
think
would be good in
he's the guy.
Pittsburgh. He would be good in Pittsburgh. They'll still get him
Right.
at a good, like I was saying, Pittsburgh like to get coaches at a good young clip because they get him for a long time. And I think Flores is still young enough that they can have him for 15 years or so, barring that he does a good, because Seattle always go all in with not Seattle. Steelers always go all in with the coaches. Like they got 3 coaches in the history, right? So they go all in with their coaches. So I say Flores will be a good pick for them. And there's some other coaches that I like too that will be good. But there's a lot of moves going on. I don't like what Atlanta did with Stefanski. That was a bad fucking move.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I disagree. I think
I don't like him as a coach. That's just me. He doesn't.
A lot of people don't like him as a coach.
His coaching style doesn't rock with me. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I'll eat crow come next year and see what their season look like. But nah, for the debacle that happened in Cleveland for a team like the Falcons on a trajectory that they were going to pick a coach like that, nah.
I like they hired. I like him over there, and he was. Excuse me. Stefanski was in a very shady situation. When you got an organization giving everything they got into a guy, as in Deshaun Watson, everything in their future, everything, and then he goes and do what he did. I don't care who the coach is. It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a situation where you guys got to figure out how we're gonna recover from this, because people got to forget that Deshaun Watson debacle.
I know
That but that was tough. Listen, that Deshaun Watson debacle, that's what that was. It was a debacle because everything was predicated on him. Everything. And then when he gets into that situation that he got into, it just had everybody off balance. Everybody was totally off balance. You got Joe Flacco. You got all these quarterback situations that you trying to make the team right. It was just a bad move on Watson himself. Shame on him. Shame on Watson. Behaving the way he behaved. Shame on him carrying himself the way he carried himself. So what that happened was he caused a lot of people to lose their jobs because everything was predicated on him. Everything.
Yeah, but
Everything. When they paid that money, it was unprecedented. They gave him
but
so much guaranteed. They gave him so much money and they guaranteed all of it
yeah, but
because
that's
he was a savior and he was the total opposite. And so when
but
that
that's not. You
happens,
know what? To
what
tell
do
you
you
the truth,
do?
but to tell you the truth, though, Crook, that's really not the Deshaun Watson's fault. That's
Yes, it is his fault. How
nah.
is it?
That's
How
the
is it?
because that's the
Yeah.
Browns. It's the Browns' fault for putting that type of money in stock into him. They should have
Why?
been. They no. Hold on.
He was a
They
generational quarterback.
hold on. They
Who the,
should have. They
they
should have
didn't know
been.
this dude was gonna be on some
Well, no,
bullshit
but they
off
knew.
the
But
field.
they no, but they knew. They knew
No, they
because the
do what?
Texans. They knew he was an issue because they got him as bad damaged goods from Houston.
No, they didn't because what happened
What do
was
you
with Houston.
mean?
What happened with
He got into
Houston
the
was
problems in Houston, not in Cleveland. The
no, not
problems
in
came in Houston.
exactly. No, exactly. So yeah, you're right. So he did get into the problems
In
in
Houston.
Houston. He got into those problems in Houston. But what happened? They had these conversations. It's not like they looked at it and said, okay, they had conversations with him. They
Of
had
course he's
conversation
gonna
with
sell him, but no, but Riz, of course he's gonna sell himself. I am good. I can be the greatest. He's gonna sell that model for the brag, but maybe he wasn't what we thought he was. He probably didn't think he was. Maybe he thought he was more than what he was.
well, unfortunately,
You see what I'm saying? So he did his part to get the money from Cleveland. I think Cleveland made the mistake by not doing their research, not really doing their full throttle research on saying, should we really do what we're doing now and throw this guy all the money, or should we put this guy on a not on a payment plan, but put him on some kind of a situation where, yo, you get right, the money gonna balloon to astronomical numbers. But if you don't get right, we gonna pay you and let you ride, whatever that was. No, they said let's pay him the astronomical numbers now and see what happens. And I think that was the mistake that was made. I think that was the mistake that was made. So with Cleveland coaching situation right now, I think they need to make the right decision with coaching. Stefanski, he went to the Falcons. We'll see what happened there. I just think that yes, Deshaun Watson changed the trajectory of what Cleveland was going, but that's over with now. Y'all done drafted a quarterback last year and all this other shit. Y'all should have been moved on to that. So the coach kind of like mismanaged the team this year based on the problems that happened last year, but they on from that. Let's move on to another one. John Harbaugh is going to the Giants.
I got my futures already on the Giants. I got my futures on the Giants winning that division.
That might be a good thing for the Giants because now they're going to get a coach. And stop giving John. People need to stop giving John Harbaugh all the praises too, because he really didn't do shit in Baltimore but win one championship when he had the boatload team.
Yeah, but who's doing anything though? Like, think about it. How many coaches are you? People got to understand it's difficult to win Super Bowls. It's difficult to win championships. It's very difficult. So who are you giving it to? Who else? Tomlin won one. Harbaugh won one. Okay. Who's the other coaches that have been winning multiple championships besides Andy Reid
Bill,
and Belichick? Who else? Nobody. It's
no,
difficult. It's people acting like it's like it's a normal thing for coaches to win multiple championships. It's
no, no,
not.
no.
It's not. You got great coaches that have great teams, great potential, but you have to, it comes down to the players making the plays. not turning the ball over, not missing that catch. So that's what it comes down to, and that was the case
Hey,
with Harbaugh.
we will see this season. Harbaugh has a whole new team. Next season, I mean this season. Next season is going to be very interesting coaching wise. There's going to be a lot of coaching moves, a lot of changes, um, and a lot of players trying to come back. And you got the Washingtons, you got the Cowboys of the world. You got a lot of these teams that's going to try to make a move back into the fray based on what they saw happen this season. So next year with the coaching thing, it's going to be interesting. Even with in Cincinnati, that's going to be an interesting situation there too.
Yeah,
You
look at
know,
them. They made it to the Super Bowl and they came up short. Listen, it's extremely difficult to win
I
Super Bowl.
understand that. Trust me,
Very difficult.
I understand that. I
Very
mean, maybe in New
let
England we're
alone
just
making it
trying
to
to
the
spoil a little
playoffs.
bit, but yeah, I
It's
understand that.
very difficult to win Super Bowls. It's very difficult to get to a Super Bowl.
Right.
So I think a lot of times these moves are made because that coach has been there for a while. They've been successful. They've been in a position, and they might have not been able to, take it to that next level.
Yeah,
But
capitalize exactly. Right.
but look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid is such a perfect example of a coach that's been successful with a certain franchise that he couldn't take it over, take them over to the next level. He goes to another franchise and win three championships.
True. True. But he
Right?
fell into a
Andy
good.
Reid.
Yes, he did. He fell into a good situation with a team that had good drafting
But
at that time, and he brought
he
his
brought
style.
his he brought his style, he brought his culture, his pedigree, but it matched well with the player.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what's gonna happen with Harbaugh, man. He's gonna bring that same pedigree, the same culture to the Giants, and they're gonna take it to another level. With him and Jackson Dart, he's gonna probably tell this guy,
It,
"Listen,
it,
we're not with all that. We're not with all the whole you trying to
no, he's just
like
gonna coach them up. He's
trying to
gonna coach
attack
them up.
linemen. Like, no, this guy's trying to like he's trying. His whole thing is like, no, I'm just trying to get that first down. No, it ain't about that. It's about you trying to be healthy. You're the quarterback, and we just can't afford to lose you when you're trying to scramble for 10 yards and you're trying to go head to head with a linebacker that's like over 100 pounds heavier than you.
But that's coaching. He'll get that this year.
He'll get that. He's gonna
He'll
get that
get that.
sooner rather
He'll
than
get
later.
that this year. That's
Definitely with
coaching.
Harbaugh.
Get that with coaching. Last but least, before I lock off because I'm done. I'm past my time. Um, Baltimore need to make a move and get somebody that's going to bring them over that hump too before Lamar gets way too old. Lamar is not long in the tooth yet, but if you give it 2 more years of this bullshit, Lamar will be done. Same thing for Allen. So they need to get the coaches that's going to put them in a position to actually get to this, to get to that goal. You know, between Allen and Lamar, the Super Bowl has been eluding them for the past 3 to 4 years due to, yes, Pat Mahomes is one of them, but just mistakes, injuries, mistakes, bad games, things like that. So, you know, I hate to say that these coaches got to take the Knicks for the situation, but if 4 years of trying to do the same thing and y'all can't get that hump, then we need to make the change. That's just it. And that's just from a management standpoint. You know what I mean? These are good coaches. All these guys are good coaches. All of these guys are good coaches.
I
It's
like
just,
Harbaugh. I
yeah,
like
no, I'm just saying,
to
all of
me,
these guys from Stefanski to Skansky, all of them, they're good coaches. It's
a
just
good
that
coach.
they're good coaches. Even the ones that's been fired, the Raheems and all of them dudes. These dudes are good coaches. They just, like you said, it's the situation. It's the situation.
It's the situation. I mean,
It's the
it comes
situation.
down to your kicker making
Yep.
a field goal. Think about it.
Yeah.
A lot of these
Yeah.
situations is out of your hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Look. The dude Mike. What's his name? The dude out there in Miami. He was supposed to be one of the new up and coming darling quarterback. So I mean, what do you call that? Quarterback type of coach in the NFL when he was
and he
blossoming
did his thing. He did
and
his
he did
thing.
his
But
thing, then situations.
Tyreek went funny on the nigga. I mean, he caught an
Sit-
injury. Don't get me wrong. Tyreek got
Yeah.
injured, but he got funny
He got funny.
during all those
He
situations.
got
And
funny. He turned
and
into another AB, and then you
right,
got and he turned into another AB, and then
right. He turned.
Tua. Nothing against Tua, but I think people already knew that from a long time ago that Tua wasn't really the prototype quarterback in the NFL, and it kind of like they got the years they could get out of him. I hate that. I don't know if
He's a good quarterback.
he's a
He's a
good
good
quarterback, but
quarterback.
maybe he's just not over the hump type quarterback. We don't know that yet. And then with the injuries, too many injuries, it's kind of like capping his career, you know. So hey, we'll see. So yo, man, Cook, man, thanks for coming through.
No
Um,
doubt, no
you
doubt.
know, it was nice, man, coming through and helping me finish up the show today. Thanks for another lost soul for coming through and helping me. He helped me with the show today. He was on the show keeping me abreast on what's going on and stats and helping me get through the show. So shout out to another lost soul. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube, Facebook, and the Twitch side of things for coming through, checking us out tonight. It is the Regular Sports Guy. We on episode number 22. We're almost done with the football season. We'll be moving into basketball season and Super Bowl season. But Super Bowl era time, which is next 2 weeks. We'll be talking Super Bowl for the next couple of weeks after the conference finals next week. And then we got basketball, and then you got March Madness and all kind of stuff coming through. So keep up with us. It's Parlay with us, the Regular Sports Guys talk show. We're doing it, man. And hit that thumbs up, man, and hit that like. Yo, thank you. I seen somebody hit me with the thumbs up. And yo, Stacks, I'll see you Thursday, man. Stop playing around. Yo,
Yeah,
Cook.
hell yeah.
Yeah, yo, Cook. I'll see you on Thursday. We'll have another show. We'll do our
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
pregame show for the conference finals this week. Shout out to the Patriots. And yo, let's get there,
Shout
man.
out to the Patriots, man.
Yeah.
We about to smash. We
Shout out
about
to the
to
Patriots.
smash the
Yo,
Broncos. We gonna smash
all
them.
I could say was the road. It's like the football gods carved out the road for the Patriots.
Look, it is what it is. We have to raise that trophy, regardless how our journey was made out. There's nothing we can do about it. We beat a great Chargers team. We beat a great Houston Texans team. We beat two teams that are great defensively. Um, they pretty good offensively. We
So no,
beat
I mean,
we beat two teams that are great teams.
no,
Let me tell you,
we spelled everybody's talk that they've been talking for the past
that,
season that we didn't play nobody. We didn't play nobody. So they took care of business and they played somebody in both the Chargers and Houston, and they
hell
took
yeah,
care of business.
and we took care of business.
All that we didn't play nobody. That shit went out the window when we started the wild card last week.
Right. And then when we go into Denver and we smash them and we beat them, because that's what we're gonna do. Right now, Denver is we're favored by 4 on the road
Mm-hmm.
in Denver. We're favored by 4. We gonna smash Denver. We gonna smash that shit. We gonna smash that shit. I know we didn't do a Stony Sports book, whatever, but it's all good.
No,
We
we got
gonna
Thursday.
smash.
We got Thursday. We'll do the
We got
Stony
Thursday.
Sport.
We got Thursday. But
We got Thursday.
for all those that are watching us now, we gonna smash them. Don't be
Yeah,
scared.
I like the confidence. I like the
We gonna
confidence.
smash them. No, we listen. We're going to smash
Listen,
Denver.
I hear you. I don't count chickens
That's
before
what
they
it
hatch.
is.
I don't count chickens before they hatch, but I know I have
I
the
don't
confidence.
either.
I have
don't
the
either.
confidence
But
that we'll go in there and play a good game.
this is one of the few situations where I feel that because it's
You
very
know what?
personal. No, listen, it's personal because we haven't won a playoff game in Denver. We haven't. Brady just could not win in Denver. We have bad history in Denver
I know.
as far as playoff games. And Vrabel is gonna let these guys know about that history. And these guys are gonna be revved up, they're gonna be ready, and they're gonna be ready to go.
Let's do it.
That Denver defense is no different than the Houston defense.
I know.
But we're on the road. Don't get me wrong, we're on the road. So I think that plays something, but
Yeah. But we've been road.
I just
We've
feel
been
like
road warriors this year.
but I feel like we have not won in Denver. situation is really gonna play a big part with this Patriots team. They're gonna take it very, very personal, and I feel like Brady, he needs to be there. Brady needs to be on the sideline. He needs to be somewhere for that game because we haven't won in Denver. And I think Brady being on the sideline, Brady being somewhere rooting for this team, I think he needs to do that. He needs to step it up and make that happen. So,
We'll
but
see. We'll
I
see if
like
him and
us
Al.
to
We'll
win.
see if him and Al Michaels calls the game next week. We'll see. They called the NFC game yesterday.
No, they won't call this one because it's early. They like to they call the NFC late games. They won't call this one, but
Yeah, we'll see.
so I don't think it'll happen. But hopefully Brady has some type of message or something where he's addressing it. But whether he doesn't, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Drake May knows what he needs to do, and I'm sure he's motivated.
Exactly. So, yo, Cook, man, thanks for that, man. The motivation, man. The Pass will do their thing next week. Sunday? Is it
No
Sunday?
doubt. Next Sunday at 3.
At
No
3
doubt.
o'clock.
We
So,
winning.
yo, we winning. So,
We winning.
guys,
We winning.
we'll see you guys on Thursday for the pre-game conference finals on both NFC and AFC side of things. We're going to have a Stony Sports book. We're going to give y'all some picks and some parlays.
It'll be on Thursday.
On Thursday.
It popping, definitely.
Definitely. On Thursday, we're going to give y'all the picks and the parlays for that monumental conference finals game. Patriots, Broncos, and Steelers. No. Steelers. Seattle. What's the next team? Not Bears. Rams.
Seattle and the Rams.
No, that Seattle Rams, that divisional situation with the Seattle and Rams. Oh man, that's gonna be a doozy.
I mean,
week.
That's how good that division has been.
That's gonna be
all those teams made it.
Yeah,
all
that's
of them but one.
Exactly. That's a doozy right there. That's a doozy. So it's gonna be some good games next week. So we'll see each other Thursday. We'll catch up. We'll do the Stony Sportsbook. And peace out, people. I'll see y'all on Thursday. We out.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break.